Okay, right. Good morning, everyone. Again, thank you so much for joining today's webinar. Terima kasih banyak buat yang sudah join. So while waiting for others to join us, I think we can start the webinar. Jadi hari ini kita ada webinar training dari Western Sydney University. Okay, so today we have Jean with us. So Jean will later share with us updates about WSU, about the programs, entry requirements, tuition fees, as well as scholarship available. Dan nanti teman-teman, if you have any questions during the presentation, you don't have to wait until the presentation ends, but while the presentation, you may drop your questions in the Q&A box or even chat box. Oke, jadi teman-teman kalau misalnya selama presentasi ada pertanyaan yang ingin ditanyakan bisa langsung di drop di Q&A box ataupun di chat box, dan nanti kita bakal discuss untuk any questions-nya setelah presentasi. And then after the webinar, we will also have a Kahoot quiz. Okay, so make sure teman-teman bisa stay setelah webinar training, setelah Q&A session, kita bakal ada Kahoot quiz. Okay, again, so I think we can start now while waiting for the others. So, Jean, when you're ready.
Yep. Thank you so much, Franklin. And thank you, everyone, for joining in today on a Friday morning in Indonesia, wherever you are. Welcome to Western Sydney Uni webinar today. I do want to say in advance, I do apologize if there is some background noise because I have some plumbing work happening at home and I'm working from home today. So yeah, do excuse me for that, but I'll try my best to reduce the background sound as I can. Right, so as what Franklin said earlier, if you guys have any question, feel free to put in the chat box right away. And in the end, I will have a Q&A session. I'll address all the questions you have on the chat box, or actually the Q&A box at the bottom as well. So without further delay, let me start by sharing my screen. Give me 1 second. Exactly. There you go. I hope you all can see the screen.
Oh, yep, we can see it.
Yeah, that's good. All right. So of course, my name is Jin. You can call me Jin. I am the regional manager for Western Sydney University, looking after Indonesia market. So I'm going to start by just introducing the university and some of the key points about why you should send students to study at Western Sydney University. So we're currently the top 2% of university in the world. One of the main points to remember is Western Sydney is actually a very young university. We're only 31 years old this year. So with a short amount of history and time, we are able to make our way up to the top 2%, meaning we are actually a very fast growing public university here in Australia. We're currently ranked 13 in the world for Times Higher Education Impact ranking this year, and 36 in the world for Times Higher Education Young University ranking. So as mentioned earlier, as a young university, Western Sydney is actually doing very well for ourselves. We're making our name in the ranking system in the world. Besides, apart from the ranking, we have a very extensive professional accreditations and international recognition. This is quite important because if students are investing so much time and money to study a degree, you want them to study a degree that is recognized. So it's not just a degree that's created by the institution or university, but it is a degree that is recognized by the industry, which will help them when they look for jobs upon completion. We have a very practical approach with our curriculum that combines real work experience. So that means a lot of our program does come with work placement and internships. And I think this is very important. A lot of Indonesian students are looking for work experience, especially if they want to come to Australia. They want to know that they have the opportunities to work and have their internship here. So a lot of our program, including our business, IT, all of this program does have internship options for our international students. Most of our postgraduate curriculums are developed with industry partners. So this means all of our master's programs are designed together with our industry partners, basically taking their feedback to know what kind of skills and knowledge and experience the students need in order to be successful in the job section. So that means our master program is the most relevant to what the industry needs in Australia. So Western Sydney Uni, as you know from the name, we're centered in the Greater Western Sydney region in New South Wales. And Western Sydney region is actually Australia's fastest growing economic region. We're actually the third largest economic contribution to Australia. So the first economic contribution is actually Sydney CBD. The second is Melbourne City. And the third is Western Sydney region. So we are contributing more than Brisbane, than Gold Coast, than Adelaide, Perth, Tasmania, any other cities you know of. Western Sydney is actually bigger than that. So that's a lot of opportunities for students to study and to live in this area. I think the most attractive part about Western Sydney is being a good ranking public university. Our price range is actually really competitive. The range is between 26,000 Australian dollars to 33,000 Australian dollars maximum. And that is before scholarship. So that's a full price per year. In addition to that, we are very generous when it comes to international scholarships. 86% of our international students will get a multi-year scholarship at Western Sydney. So the scholarship structure at the university is a multi-year structure, meaning it's not a one-off payment, it's every year of their study. So when we say you get a $3,000 multi-year scholarship, meaning you have the $3,000 every year. I will have a dedicated slide later on at the end to talk specifically about international scholarships. So stay tuned for that. This is just some stats about Western Sydney. As you can see, we're top 2%. I mentioned that we're number 1 in the world for gender equality, with over 270 clubs in society. So it is a very big university with a lot of students cohort, a lot of opportunities for students to be able to explore their interests and what they want to do. At the moment, Western Sydney has almost 50,000 students who are currently studying. So currently enrolled. It's not total from the past, it's active student at this stage. We have almost 50,000. So we are a very big size university here. Out of this, 6,700 approximately are international students. So that's about 14% of our total student cohorts are international. But the best part about Western Sydney student cohorts is the diversity. We have more than 170 different nationalities within our student cohorts. We are one of the most diversified university in Australia here, actually. We're very, very proud of that. And of course, Western Sydney has 10 different campuses across Western Sydney region. Just gonna quickly touch on Western Sydney region, where we are, what's going on around this area, what it could benefit your students. So if you look at the map, I hope you can see my cursor moving, because then I'll point out areas. So Sydney City, which is the CBD area, so where you see the Opera House, Harbour Bridge, they're located here, right? So this circle. Western Sydney, the main point of Western Sydney is in Parramatta City. So Parramatta City is the second CBD in Sydney. But from CBD to Parramatta City, it's actually only a 30-minute car ride from the highway. And on a train, it's only 20 minutes train. It's an express train run directly from Central Station straight to Parramatta City, only stopping one station in between. So it's super convenient for students. It's not as far as what people think it is. It is very accessible. You all who are living in Jakarta, you know a 1 kilometer distance can take up to 30 minutes. So in terms of time-wise, it's actually not that much. So again, 30 minutes car ride or 20 minutes on the train, really, really convenient. So in Western Sydney region, there are a lot of development going on. There's been a $12 billion budget approval from the state to develop Greater Western Sydney. That's 12 Australian billion dollars. First off, we've got the light rails happening in Parramatta. Light rails is, some of you may know it as trams. So we do have trams in Parramatta City as well. So not just in Melbourne. The trams have started to build. In 2 years, we'll have an actual tram service, light rail service across Western Sydney area. And then we have the Western Sydney Airport, which is the second international airport in Sydney, will also be around Western Sydney region. It is a $6.4 billion project to build this international Sydney airport. It will be the largest airport in Australia. We have Badgerys Creek Aerotropolis, Sydney Science Park, Westmead Health Precinct. Westmead Health Precinct is the biggest health precinct in Australia. So it is like a little mini health city. It's an area where it's got different hospitals, medical centers, all kinds of businesses, institution when it comes to health. Westmead Health Precinct generate over 50,000 jobs. And Westmead Health Precinct is just 10 minutes from our main campus in Parramatta. So students who are studying nursing, health, medicine, any kind of in this area, even social work, community work, all of this, they get to benefit directly by being so close to the main area within the health industry. Museum of Science, Applied Science WestConnect, which is Australia's biggest road infrastructure project. It is a highway that's connecting across the entire New South Wales along here. And lastly, tourism in Western Sydney has also grown by 40%. So as you can see here, there's a lot of things happening within Greater Western Sydney region. So students who are actually living and studying around this area, they will have a lot of job opportunities. And this is why our internship placement rate is really high here at Western Sydney, even when it comes to business, not to mention engineering, project management, this kind of area, even IT. It's the biggest booming area. As you can see, all of this development, who they need engineering, they need construction manager, they need project management, all the ITs, all are happening in this area. So now I'm going to talk about Western Sydney campuses, what campuses we have. So our main campuses are Bankstown, Campbelltown, Hawkesbury, Liverpool, Parramatta, Parramatta City, and Penrith. These are the 7 main campuses that we delivered the university degree. Sydney City is a Navitas campus, and the Rimba and Sydney Olympic Park here is the college, which is our pathway partner. I'm going to play a video next, actually show you how our campuses look like. So that's quite interesting. those are our campuses. So I hope that help showcase the campus lifestyle, how it is. So each campus is actually really big size. It has its own library, own auditorium, gym. So there's a lot of facilities for our students. There's some pictures I'm going to go through. So this is our Bankstown campus. It will be our newest campus. It is currently being built, almost done now. It will look exactly like this. So this is how the new Bankstown campus is going to look like. It's $260 million. So by March next year, session 1 next year, it's when it will be ready for students to start their semester there. And then we have Campbelltown campus, Parramatta South, which is our main and first campus, Parramatta City campus. This building is actually primarily our School of Business building, but 80% of our programs are delivered in there. So all of the master's program will offer at the Parramatta City campus, all the business, IT, engineering, so 80% of the program. A lot of the program does offer across a couple campuses, not just one. So student can choose which campus they want to study, depending on where they live, with their family or friends around the area, and their preferences. For this building, I do want to mention PricewaterhouseCoopers. I'm not sure if you guys are familiar with them, but they are one of the big 4 accounting firms in the world. PricewaterhouseCoopers headquarters is actually based inside our Parramatta City campus. So from ground floor to level 12 is our campus. From level 12 and above, it's actually occupied by PricewaterhouseCoopers as their headquarters. So that's pretty cool, having our students sharing the same vicinity as one of the biggest accounting firms in the world. So that really helps when it comes to work placement and industry connections, which I'll talk about more later on as well. This is the Penrith campus. It's got a 5-level, multi-level library. So it's a really big library. It's primarily for engineering because it's got robotics facilities in there, 3D printing, all of this cool stuff. This is Liverpool City and Hawkesbury campus. I do want to emphasize Western Sydney do have a regional campus here in Australia. Hawkesbury campus is a regional campus. It is a 2-hour ride from Sydney CBD, but it is considered a regional campus. So that means students who graduate from this Hawkesbury campus will have 4 years of post-study work visa. So that's 2 years more than the standard, because the standard is only 2 years. But our student who graduate from this campus will get 4 years. The only thing is, unfortunately, we don't have all programs offered in this Hawkesbury campus. It's quite limited. Programs in science, agriculture, and nursing, these are the only ones that are offered in the Hawkesbury campus, unfortunately. We have over 180 international existing partners in over 40 countries. So we're very well connected when it comes to institutional partnership as well. Now, I think this is quite important because a lot of students do put emphasis on career help and support when they choose where they want to study. So Western Career is one of the strongest career services we have here. It basically helps all of our students to find their internship, work placement, even graduate job. It is a free service and it is an unlimited support to all students. Particularly for international students. So the help they provide covers from resume writing, interview preparation, industry engagement, career fairs, all this kind of thing, basically from A to Z on how a student can get a job here in Australia. But the best part about the Careers Hub at Western is we have a dedicated career service just for international students. So that means when we offer the career service, we do acknowledge as an international student, it is different for you compared to domestic. So because of that, when we do the consultation, we have a separate career service dedicated just towards international students. So for example, when we have all the job vacancies, it will only have jobs that are willing to accept international students. So we filtered it for them. When we reach out to industry partners, we do seek vacancy on behalf of international students. So this is the main part about Western Sydney that we do a lot better compared to the others is when we provide our career services, we do look after the international students as well. This is the one I wanted to talk about. One of the example of our partnership opportunities, the strength, our industry strength. As I mentioned earlier, PwC, PricewaterhouseCoopers, is located in our Parramatta City campus. In 2019, PricewaterhouseCoopers recruited 125 students from Western Sydney University alone as an intern. But the best thing about this number, not only that it's a huge number for 1 year for just internships, but 50% are domestic and another equal 50% are international students. So this shows that when we go out and look for work placement and internship, we do provide an equal opportunities to both international and domestic. Because a lot of times you do hear that as an international student, you are a bit at a disadvantage when you try to look for internship in terms of getting the school support and help. So at Western here, we do provide them the same opportunities for a good internship. I've got a full range of student support and student facilities. We have shuttle bus for all campuses to pick students up from campus and drop them off to the next closest train station. Out of our 7 campuses, 3 campuses are located right next to the train station. So Bankstown campus, Parramatta City, and Liverpool, they're right next to the train station, so they don't even need a shuttle bus because they're all within less than 100 meters from the main train station. However, there are other campuses like Hawkesbury, Penrith, Parramatta South campus, and Campbelltown, where it may take 5 minutes drive to the train station. In that instance, we will have this Western Sydney dedicated shuttle bus that takes students from campus and drop them off directly from this train station, and pick students up from the train station and drop them off directly on campus. And the bus comes every 10 minutes. So every 10 minutes you get a shuttle bus. So it's not even a long wait. And the shuttle bus goes from 7 a.m. in the morning to 9 p.m. at night. So it's a long duration, short wait, and it's free of charge. So that's one of the good service we're offering to our students as well. With really good on-campus student accommodation, as you can look, the price is actually quite affordable. We have swimming pool, gym, all kinds of, we have pool tables, all kinds of entertainment areas. What I'm going to do next is I'll play you a video to showcase our on-campus accommodation and lifestyle. Oops, sounds on me. Yeah, so that looks pretty fun for our students. So that's our on-campus accommodation option for international students. So these are our top programs. Of course, it's not limited to only these programs. Western Sydney have hundreds of different courses. It's a lot, but these are just, I can't go through them all today. It would take hours, but I'm just going to show you what are our most popular top undergrad and postgrad programs. And within undergrad, of course, Bachelor of Business, Bachelor of Accounting, Nursing, Arts, Engineering, Information and Communication Technology, Information System, computer science, construction management, health science, and occupational therapy. These are our top 10 programs. However, there are some other programs that are not top 10, which are quite popular within the Indonesian student cohorts, such as we do have media and communication, in journalism, advertising, we have science in agriculture, nutrition, food tech, all of these areas. We do offer them as well with accreditation and quite a good ranking faculty too. If you guys are wondering about price, as I mentioned in the first slides, which some of you may have missed, whoever will join later on, our price range is between $26,000 to a maximum $33,000, again, per year. And that's before scholarship offering as well. So for example, business, it's $28,000 per year. Engineering is the most expensive. They're $33,000 a year. IT, all these kind of areas, you're looking at around $31,000 per year. In IT, I do want to also emphasize, we do have specializations in cybersecurity, in artificial intelligence as well, which are quite a growing interest area for Indonesia too. So we do have those options available. For postgraduate, so we have MBA, of course, and Master of Professional Accounting, Business Analytics, Applied Finance, Teaching, Social Work, Information and Communication Technology, Engineering, Property Investment Development, Project Management, Psychotherapy and Counseling, Data Science. And again, there are a lot more that's not within these top 10, such as Master of Science, Master of Health Science, Master of AI. We do have a specific Master of Artificial Intelligence as well for students. It is a new program, and it is also a very popular growing program too. As I mentioned today, I'm not going to go into particular program because it would take a lot of time, and because we have so many programs, it's hard to focus. However, I'm going to talk about the top one. Most information on the individual program can be found on our website. Otherwise, if any question, you can contact me, put in a Q&A if there's any particular courses you want to know. Put in a Q&A, I'll talk about it during a Q&A session, or if we can reach out to Yes Education team or even myself. So now I'm going to touch on entry requirement. For all bachelor programs, we are only asking for a GPA 7.5 out of 10. So that's a 75% grade in the students year 12, SMR 3 year 12 average score. So we do understand that the national examination has been cancelled now. So we do accept their year 12 certificate results. And again, GPA 7.5 for most of the high schools. Some smaller high schools or not so high ranked or not so well-known high school, then we will ask for higher GPA. Higher GPA meaning 8. So if your student comes from a high school that is quite small, they're not so well-known or not so popular, then admission may ask for 8. But all the other standard high school in Indonesia, the well-known one, especially the high-ranking one, it's only 7.5. And for masters, as long as they finish their either D4 or their S1 in Indonesia, so either a bachelor degree or any master degree, they will be qualified to come into the master program. Now English, which is I think one of the most important admission requirements. For all of our bachelor and masters, our standard IELTS is only 6.5 overall, no band less than 6. All of the master and all of the bachelor except for the 5 below. Bachelor of Nursing, we need 7 overall and all band 7 as well. This is unfortunately required by the nursing accreditation body, not by the university. Master of Teaching is really high. Again, it is requested by the New South Wales Education Board as well, not by us. Master of Social Work, Doctor of Medicine, of course, Master of Professional Psychology and Clinical Psychology. So besides these 5 you see over here, all the other courses for undergrad and postgrad, it's the standard 6.5, no band less than 6. If your student completed A-levels or IB program, or they completed any studies that is delivered in English, we can waive the English requirement based on prior English learning. If students can't reach this score, we do have other options. They can either go through foundation or diploma, but that's usually based on if they don't meet the academic entry requirement. But for English, we do have EAP direct pathway available to our students. So they can start from EAP 4 with an IELTS 5.5, no band less than 5, then they can package 10 weeks of EAP 4 plus another 10 weeks of EAP 5 to bring to their level. So that's 20 weeks of English in total. And when they pass this, they can go straight to the bachelor or the master's. If they have an IELTS 6, each band 5, then they only need to do 10 weeks of EAP 5. Okay. And for the Master of Teaching, it is a really high English. So we have a specific Master of Teaching direct entry English program for students who want to study Master of Teaching at Western Sydney, but can't get that really high 7.5 overall with the 7 and 8 band. We currently have EAP scholarships, a 50% EAP scholarship to all international students who accept their course by end of this year. So it becomes really, really cheap. So our EAP will only cost around $180 per week for a university English program. So it's a really, really good deal. So if any of your students want to package with EAP, they will get half the price for their English. There is an update. We have a new session 3 summer intake because we usually run semester basis only. So session 1 and session 2, then we have a 4 months summer break for students. But we actually have opened up a new intake, a session 3 summer intake for international students. It runs between 30th November to 21st of February. It is only a 2-unit study load. So if student wants to start in the November summer intake, they don't need to pay for 4 subjects and they don't need to enroll and study 4 subjects. They only need to do 2 subjects. And that is considered full-time study because it's over the summer period. It is delivered online and offshore. So at the moment, I know borders are closed, but if any international student, they want to, oops, sorry about that. Any international students, they want to start the study with the university now, they can do it. They can start online in Indonesia, and once the borders open, they can come into the country and continue face-to-face. All of the program we offer in the summer intake will have scholarships. So all students will get scholarships. We have a $3,000 multi-year scholarship. Again, as I mentioned earlier, multi-year meaning they will get that amount every year of their study. So it's not a one-off 3,000, it's 3,000 each year they will get. So student will get an automatic guaranteed $3,000 multi-year scholarship for bachelor and 6,000 guaranteed multi-year scholarship for the master to any courses if they start the summer intake. These are the programs we are offering for the session 3 summer intake. For undergrad, Bachelor of Business, Accounting, Information System, ICT, Cybersecurity and Behavior, Computer Science, Data Science and Engineering. And for postgraduate, we have Master of Engineering, Master of Teaching, Master of ICT and ICT Advanced. So again, unfortunately, not all programs are offered in the November intake, but these are the programs that students will be able to start in summer. Last part, scholarship. I think this is the part where interests everyone the most. Any students who apply for any bachelor course at Western Sydney will guarantee with a minimum $3,000 multi-year scholarship, regardless of grade. And they don't need to do anything. There's no extra application. There's no essay to write. So when you submit an application, when admission issue an offer, they will automatically offer this $3,000 multi-year scholarship to all students applying to any bachelor program. That's minimum. We also have $6,000 scholarship option available. It is offered to based on an academic merits basis. So if your student get a GPA 8 out of 10, again, that's not hard at all. So instead of a 7.5, if they have 8, their rata is 8 in their year 12 high school results, they will get 6,000 per year. So it's pretty easy. 80% of my Indonesian students, they qualify for the $6,000 scholarship per year. So if they do a 3-year bachelor degree, that's $18,000 in scholarship. So if you're applying for a Bachelor of Business program, it's 28,000 minus the 6,000, it's only 22,000 per year for a public university degree. And it is an accredited program as well. Really good value. For masters, there are 14 specific masters, which you see here. Master of Engineering, Master of Project Management, Science, Creative Industries, ICT, Artificial Intelligence, Data Science, Business Analytics, Public Health, Health Science, Teaching, and Property. They will automatically guarantee with a $6,000 multi-year scholarship. No academic grades required. So these 14 master's program, if students apply to them, they automatically receive $6,000 multi-year scholarship. Now, I guess the question is, what about other programs, other masters that you don't see here, like MBA, MPA, Master of Professional Accounting, Master of Business Administration, Master of Social Work. So all the other masters that you didn't see on that list, there's still scholarship option available, but it will be based on academic merits. So if students get a 63% TAGE average grade in their most recent completed qualification, then they will be able to get 3,000 per year. And if students have a 75% grade average on their most recent completed qualification, then they'll have $6,000 per year. This is for all other master program. Okay, and therefore all courses for 2021 and for all intake this year and all intake next year as well. So you have students interested in 2022 intake, this scholarship applies to them too. Lastly, we do have a 50% Vice Chancellor scholarship, but it is based on it's offered to high achievers only. So a GPA needs to be an equivalent to 6.5 out of 7. So it's actually really high. So it's around a grade of around 95% or higher. Then you can be considered for the Vice Chancellor 50% scholarship. So yeah, that's it for today. Those are the key information. I hope that was informative for everyone. Is there any question that anybody have today?
Oke, baik. Thank you so much, Jin, for the updates. Oke, teman-teman yang mungkin punya pertanyaan atau yang inquiries bisa langsung di drop di Q&A box ataupun chat box dan kita bisa discuss sama-sama. Okay, so while waiting for others, Jin, I got a question about the Vice Chancellor scholarship.
Yes.
So is it a one-time scholarship or is it a multi-year scholarship as well?
The 50% is for the whole course.
Oh, okay, I see.
Course duration, yeah. So it's not per year. So the entire course, they get 50% off. So half the price they're paying.
Okay. So when the students submit it, so they don't have to submit it a separate application, right?
No, so all of our scholarship are automatically assessed by admission. So you don't need to send in any separate form or separately request. So every time we get an application, will assess automatically which scholarship will apply to the student.
Okay, I see. Yep. Oke, teman-teman mungkin yang mau bertanya atau ada any inquiries bisa langsung atau mau bertanya langsung, let us know, nanti bisa langsung nanti di unmute untuk bertanya langsung. Okay, so we got one question from Kita. Does this 50% scholarship still apply until 2022?
Yes, it is. So all scholarships that I talked about earlier, it's for 2021 and 2022.
Okay. Okay, so jadi itu jawaban untuk pertanyaan yang kita. Jadi untuk 50% scholarship itu telah berlaku sampai 2022. Okay, any other questions? Oke, kalau mungkin sekarang belum ada pertanyaan, mungkin kita so if no one have any questions, maybe we can start with the Kahoot quiz first. And then after the Kahoot quiz, if you have any questions, just let us know. Oke, jadi teman-teman kita kalau gitu kita bisa lanjut ke Kahoot quiz. Jadi akan ada Kahoot quiz. Jadi teman-teman bisa mulai persiapin gadgetnya. Kalau yang pakai handphone bisa install Kahoot app di mobilenya, ataupun kalau mau lewat browser bisa. Oke, let me okay, load the Kahoot quiz and then start.
Franklin, have you started screen sharing yet?
Wait, it's loading at the moment.
It's loading
yeah.
it, yeah,
Yep.
because it's
Okay, can you see my screen now?
no, still
Not
not.
yet? Oh, okay.
Is your internet slow at your end? Hello? Hi everyone. Sorry, I think we lost Franklin here. He's probably having some network connection problem. Oh, he's back.
Okay, sorry. I think I got lost for a few seconds.
That's okay.
Okay, let me do another sharing. Now?
Franklin still cannot see your screen.
Oh, can you see it now? No?
No, cannot.
Oh, okay, wait.
Franklin, can you pause the recording first?
Oke, wait. Oh iya, oke. Jadi buat teman-teman yang mau join Kahoot quiz, bisa langsung enter game pin-nya. So the game pin is 2379690. Oke, jadi bisa join ke Kahoot quiz-nya. Jadi tinggal di enter aja pin-nya. Jadi pin-nya adalah 2379690. Oke, ini udah ada 7 yang join. Kita tunggu beberapa detik lagi, kemudian kita start ya. Oke, udah ada 8. Oke, maybe kita bisa start ya. Oke.
It's the problem here, Franklin. I think internet connection not that good. Franklin, you there?